Joining today for Department of Ag, Trade, Consumer Protection, right here in person. My friend Michael, he's back. How you doing, sir?
I am doing great. I'm glad to be here.
Glad to have you back. And today we're going to be talking about back-to-school sales. And you're like, oh gosh, can't be already that time of year. Well, I think if it isn't already out on the shelves, it's going to be happening. And so we want to keep you ready for those deals or so-called deals, and not totally get caught off guard here as you do those purchases. But every year starts a little bit earlier, right? Because you got to get it in front of people. But what are some things that DATCP wants you to know as a shopper before you get out to do that back-to-school shopping?
Well, we want you to kind of do your homework, like we always talk about. We'll do a little bit of looking online, and this time, as we've seen, over even the past couple of years, a lot of marketplaces having a bigger and bigger and bigger online presence. Mm-hmm. And so, because of that online presence, you're going to now start seeing a different way of advertising, and maybe there's some online-only specials, or there's also going to be a larger variety of options being promoted online. And so what we want to do is first go ahead and check out what some of those online resources are. As we start to see the stock and the volumes of in brick and mortar inventory getting lower and lower, you might be left with lower and lower options. And so therefore you want to go ahead and hop online, not just to see and compare prices, but just to compare if there's other options of things that you might want. Or, everybody wants that unique new thing for school, that new lunchbox or the cool new shoes. Well, hopping online is going to help you find both a better product and maybe a better deal to compare against what you're seeing in stores when you get there.
Yeah, and I think too, like the last couple of years, we've had issues with stock, just having stock of items. So if you didn't buy it early, there wasn't a late thing. It was already done before it ever began. And so you got to be on the lookout for that. You also say check for coupons. Who uses coupons anymore? What is a coupon, dude?
I get made fun of every time.
Oh, like Michael, no.
I love them.
I do too. I'm not even going to lie. I think they're a great thing.
I think it is too. And I think that if you put the retailer puts the effort into promoting it and they use it as an opportunity to get you into the store, it doesn't hurt to take advantage of it and save yourself a little bit extra money. So check and see if they're out there. You're going to see them in the flyers that come in our weekly newspapers, or those extra free ones that sometimes you get delivered to your mailbox. You're also going to hop online, check the apps. A lot of apps will have some promotions that are running through to get you to download that app. They'll give you some initial discounts. They'll give you some free things that might come in your email. All of those add up if you're and it doesn't take you a whole lot of time to just sit on your phone or sit on the computer, do a little research, save yourself a bundle of money.
I call it playing the game, because you're like, you get the kids list, and you're like, all right, if I time this out right, the crayons are going to go on sale this date, and the pencils will go on this date, and the paper will be this date, so you can work, a bunch of different angles, but it's to your advantage, and these things do add up.
They really do. They really do. And if you only want to go to a couple of different spots, but to your point, the crayons will be on sale here, notebooks will be on sale here, folders will be here. Do a couple trips, save a lot of money.
Darn right. Well, or online too. I mean, it could be, yeah, definitely a couple of different ways. Making sure that you got the sale price, so important, because there's a lot of things here. Buying like 20 folders for 50 cents and they were 40 cents, you're like, okay, whatever. But it's still savings that you came out for, potentially.
It is. And one of the things that a lot of people don't know is at Department of Ag, Trade, and Consumer Protection, one of our other responsibilities sister bureaus, is the Bureaus of Weights and Measure. And this is exactly what they do. They go out into the public, they go into these retailers, they make sure that the scanner is registering the price that is being advertised or the price that is being promoted. Conversely, we're not everywhere, and so we want consumers to be super smart and diligent in paying attention to that as well. The little things, as you mentioned, add up, but how many times have we gone school supply shopping and all of a sudden you walk out and that cart's full? So if you're going to one here, that's going to add up to a pretty big total, but of course you're not going to really recognize that because it's going to be grouped in with everything else. Alternatively, maybe you need that new Chromebook, or maybe you're getting that new scientific calculator. Those are big price items that are going to have big price discounts. Make sure that you're getting it when it rings up.
Yeah, I would think too, like if you have multiple kids, each one of them's responsible for 10 folders and 10 notebooks, and you're like, oh my gosh, I need this sale price to be what it is, because it is a lot. And another, staying within this area too, is reading the fine print on some of these things. It'd be really, really hard to purchase those 10 and find out only 5 qualified for the price of whatever. But you got to do it.
And the fine print applies to all of the things we just talked about. The first is you're hopping online or comparing retailers. Well, one retailer might offer a better price because they don't have a return policy, or you're not allowed to return them, or exchanges or anything. And so are you willing to take that risk for that discounted price? Same with coupons. They may not apply to sale items, only regularly priced, or they're only for a certain amount of time. And these things are these little, I guess, details that you really have to pay attention to so that you don't put yourself in a position maybe to be embarrassed or to go in expecting to get that discount, not get it, and now you've paid more than you really even wanted to and could have avoided.
I do feel like, and not that DATCP is totally responsible for this, but you do want to shop around and watch for this because things have significantly inflated in different areas and not all stores is equal. So, by reading the fine print, by looking for the coupons, by doing these things and getting out early, I think you're setting yourself up for better retail experience and get what you need when you need it instead of you're desperate to get these things, and that's where maybe you'll start making some errors.
You will, and you said something in the beginning is maybe DATCP is behind this, and I would say if it's an educated consumer, that is behind what we want to do. And everything that we talk about is we want every consumer to be a smart consumer. And so when they're out in the marketplace, they're as well informed as they can be, so they maybe get the best price, they pay attention to the details, and they're not taken advantage of.
All right, Michael. Well, great information. If people want to learn more about this or anything that you got going on over at DATCP's website, where can they find you?
DATCP.wi.gov, or you can give us a call at 1-800-422-7128.
It was like I was going to go there for you, like just steal your thunder.
I had an alternative. I was going to say you could visit us at consumerprotection.wi.gov also.
Look at this guy. He knows exactly what's going on here. Michael, thank you so much for your time. We'll check in with you real soon.
Thanks. Appreciate it.